With all of the hype and speculation around Hogwarts Legacy growing by the hour, how many of us have actually sat back and tried to be realistic about the game? In this video, I'll be discussing my honest and hopefully objective thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy. We will explore what I actually expect the game to be and what I'm really afraid of. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to join our growing community. For those of you returning, welcome back. With that being said, let's get right into it and talk nerdy. When you think about your favorite video game, movie, or fandom of all time, you have a bias towards that title almost as if it can do no wrong. This is how I personally feel about the Harry Potter franchise and other Wizarding World content. The books are fantastic and the movies are instant classics, although they're not as good as the books. But the games leave much to be desired, and that's just the honest truth. Looking forward to the newest installment of Wizarding World Adventures, Hogwarts Legacy is coming in holiday 2022, and here are my honest thoughts. Starting off with what I think of the game so far. Now this is all based on trailers and gameplay reveals, as we don't have the actual game in our hands yet. I honestly think that the game looks like it could be the best game in the Harry Potter universe. To those that have played other PS2 and PS3 games in this universe, it's not saying much, but Hogwarts Legacy looks overly ambitious and it scares me a bit, but I'll touch on that later in this video. The graphics that we've seen running on PlayStation 5 look visually stunning, and they show that the next-gen hardware might actually be used rather than just playing an upscaled version of the game on your advanced console. At a minimum, the game looks fun. Exploring Hogwarts and whatever surrounding areas the developers have created is something I've wanted to do my whole life, and I'm excited to see what they have to offer. What do I expect from Hogwarts Legacy? I expect a fun, action-packed RPG that will take me on an adventure into uncharted territory for the Wizarding World. I don't expect to be able to perform every spell or brew every potion in the universe, but I definitely expect to have a decent variety. I expect that I'll be able to sink somewhere between 30 to 100 hours into this game easily between all of the main and side missions that will be available. Anything less than that would be a disappointment to me. I always tell people that expectations are the killer of reality, and I don't want to expect this game to be massive and it destroy what the game actually is. Hogwarts Legacy could be a great game, but just because it's not what you expect it to be doesn't mean it's bad, just different. Now what am I afraid of? This is what people are avoiding to discuss, as the game truly looks good, but there are parts that have me scratching my head. First, and put simply, the flying did not look good. It looked clunky and not as smooth as it should have been for such an integral part of the game. I understand that this could have been because the character or broom shown didn't have upgraded stats, if that's even a thing, or it could be getting smoothed out as we speak. I just didn't think it looked that good and hope it feels better when we actually play the game. As bad as Anthem was overall as a game, and myself being one of the few fans that actually played it, the flying and gameplay were very well done, and maybe Avalanche could take some notes on how to implement flight and make it as smooth as Anthem. Secondly, the combat looked fun, but it almost looked like a button mash fest where only one enemy attacked you at a time. In almost every trailer, we see your character fighting while multiple enemies are just waiting around for their turn to get put down by your spells. Lastly, the thing I'm most afraid of is the amount of content and things that will actually be in the game and it being overly ambitious. In the trailers, we have seen very surface level items like walking in the main parts of the castle, such as the courtyard, common rooms, and Great Hall. But will we actually be able to explore everything? The devs keep talking about exploring the castle and surrounding areas, and we're getting to a point where it's a show us, don't tell us anymore type of mentality. I think a lot of content creators around this game, including myself, are truly reaching and stretching what might be in the game. Again, I'm at the point where I would like to actually see footage from the game before I believe everything that you can do and explore. That feeling is probably from me getting burned by my own expectations on a game in the past, but it is something that holds true with me on every new release moving forward. If you want to check out 5 things that you might have missed from the trailers, click on the box in the top right corner to watch that video I made. Let me know what your early honest thoughts are on Hogwarts Legacy in the comments below. Thank you for supporting my channel so far, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to help me continue growing. If you would like to stay connected with me outside of YouTube, head over to Twitter and follow me at @nightly_nerd. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.